tuned to Countdown on
Kate Bush. We've got a J-file on Kate Bush because we're having a Bush Fest right now in this link. Lots of fun. Here's our favourite one, Kate Bush. Everyone thinks she's sexy.
Out on the windy, windy moors, we roll and fall in green. You had a temper like my jealousy, too hard, too greedy. How could you leave me when I needed to possess you? I hated you, I loved you too. Bad dreams in the night. He told me I was going to lose the fight. Leave behind my walking through the high sea. Give me a copy, a come home, my soul. Let me know. Easy. Give me a copy, a come home, my soul. Let me
In 1978, Kate Bush emerged out of the English countryside, dancing sensuously and singing in a high operatic voice. The song she was singing was written about the main characters in Emily Bronte's one and only novel. As unlikely a song and video as it was, Wuthering Heights went on to become the biggest single of 1978 in the UK and Australia.
Kate, what can I say? Wuthering Heights, I've got to tell you a story. The first time that we viewed Wuthering Heights, when we saw it on film, didn't know anything about Kate Bush, and suddenly this came on, and we we're all sitting there going, yeah, that's great. And then suddenly all this bit at the end with the trees and you going like that, you had the entire staff, even the technical crew, which are, I mean, like, they're so dead sometimes, right? And they're all up there going, yeah. No offence to the technical crew, of course. Where did you get the idea of presenting a number like that?
Well, the idea of actually moving and
Yeah,
singing,
and with all those trees.
it was really due to my teacher, Lindsay Kemp,
Yeah.
who turned me on to the idea of movement being expression. And we did it out there because that was in context with the song, you know, on the moors.
Kate Bush's success had been a long time coming. She had first taken up music at school when she was 11.
Violin, I haven't touched for years. I learnt it as a child, and it was very useful for me, actually. I really did get some good things like music theory. That was very important for me. The piano is my instrument. That's the one I really play. I've never written a song without the piano. We write songs together. Yeah, he's my partner.
By the age of 14, Kate had already written many songs. A demo of 30 of those was made and sent to all the major record companies. Those that bothered to respond described her music as morbid, boring and uncommercial. A friend of the family then told Dave Gilmour of Pink Floyd about Kate's songs and 4-octave singing range. Gilmour took Kate under his wing. Through his help, the singer-songwriter was finally noticed by EMI in 1975 when she was 17. They delayed releasing her first album for another 3 years, giving her full time to develop her talents. During this period, she studied dance and mime with choreographer Lindsay Kemp, a former tutor for David Bowie.
I've just always loved sport and movement. It's just such a great feeling, you know?
Finally, in 1977, Kate's first album, The Kick Inside, was recorded under the supervision of Gilmour. Kate successfully pushed for Wuthering Heights to be the leading single, against the wishes of EMI. The second single, The Man with the Child in His Eyes, was one of Kate Bush's earliest songs. The Kick Inside peaked at number 3 on both the British and Australian charts. Kate Bush consolidated her success early in the 80s. She never felt comfortable presenting her songs on large tours, so instead she used the power of the video to great effect. Babushka from her third album was another #1 hit.
By our own thinking and swilling around in our own ideas, we come up with completely paranoid facts. So in her situation, she was in fact suspicious of a man who was doing nothing wrong. He loved her very much indeed.
She wanted to test her husband. She knew exactly what to do. A pseudonym to fool him. She couldn't have made a worse move. She sent him scented letters, and he received them with a strange delight.
The title track of her fourth album, The Dreaming, saw her exploring the sound of the didgeridoo, played by, of all people, Rolf Harris.
Mistaken for a tree till you're near him on the motorway, the tree begins to breathe.
It was 3 years before Kate's next release. The Hounds of Love was a concept album which became one of the most highly acclaimed albums of the 80s. The single, Running Up That Hill, was her first international success too, finally getting her on the charts in America. Surprisingly, MTV found the video too erotic and played a mime TV performance instead.
So many men know.
1987 saw a big duet with friend Peter Gabriel. Don't Give Up went top 5 here. Since then, Kate Bush has had limited commercial success, but has continued to release quality albums, with The Sensual World and 1993's Red Shoes. With almost 20 years of experience, Kate Bush is a creative artist who continues to challenge and make music on her own terms. She remains a very strong influence on today's female singer-songwriters.
My music demands so much from me. I have to devote all I can to it. And until something very, very special and very different comes along, it would be wrong for me to neglect my love for another.
Wake up, fellas.
Hey, Rich. What'd you think of that Kate Bush?
That was pretty good. Isn't
Yeah.
she a beautiful lady, Tim?
She's beautiful, and she's very intellectual as well. How can you top that, huh?
Well, I don't know. How can you top
I'll
that,
tell you
Tim?
how.
And that was